Hello, and welcome to Boomer and Beyond Wellness and Have It Your Way workouts. I'm Angela Fischetti. So today's session is all about a deep dive into the Front Delt Raise. It's also known as the Anterior Deltoid Raise, and your shoulder muscles would be your deltoid muscles. Now, the accessories we'll be using today will be a sticky yoga mat, a monster cord, and I'm also using detachable handles, and they're attached, obviously, and also one pair of 5-pound weights. Now, this leads me right into the medical disclaimers and precautionary measures. So, if you have a latex allergy, please look for a yoga mat or exercise mat and a monster cord that are non-latex or latex free. Also, now I'm going to name a few issues that are chronic concerns. However, for these people, I'm going to ask you please to get a little bit more advice as to whether or not this particular exercise is appropriate for you. So they would be the rotator cuff muscle issues. They lie deep to the shoulders. If you have a pinched nerve, if you have a frozen shoulder, it's also called adhesive capsulitis, as well as swimmer's shoulder, and this is also known as impingement syndrome. Now, if you have any chronic issue whatsoever, it doesn't matter if I mentioned it here or not, then I would like to invite you all to please preview the video before participating and look for what you can do. Now, if you're not sure, then I would invite the medical healthcare practitioner who knows your body best to preview the video as well to then help you make an informed decision. So the muscles involved in this exercise would be that anterior deltoid muscle, the front of the shoulder, but also the serratus anterior, the trapezius muscles, the pectoralis muscle, that big chest muscle, the biceps brachii, but also, folks, on this exercise, especially when it's weighted or you have resistance, when your arms are out in front of you and you're holding and you're pausing at the peak of the contraction, man, you get a lot of work on your core. I feel the abdominals working there, the gluteals, the quadricep muscle. That's important to know. Now, the activities of daily living that are benefited by this exercise, well, the simple act of ambulating, of walking, because every time you bring your arm forward, you're engaging that anterior deltoid. So therefore, any type of like pushing movement, pushing a heavy door or a heavy grocery cart. Now, of course, it's going to come from the hips first, but you want a strong upper body to be able to handle the push. A simple movement like turning a doorknob, you see, I'm bringing the arm forward, right? Putting a key in your door, bringing that arm forward. So these are affected and benefited by the exercise. Now, this is just a few reminders I'd like to give you. When you're working out on your own, now this is not a workout, folks. This is a deep dive into one exercise. However, I would like you to know, always feel free to stop and rest whenever you need to. Now, it's not an invitation to quit, though. So what you do is just take a couple of breaths and return to the work, even if it's for just one more repetition. Also, make sure you keep yourselves hydrated with water. Now, maybe you have a kidney or bladder issue and you've been advised not to drink a lot of water. You follow that protocol. If that came from somebody who is a medical healthcare practitioner, please follow the protocol. Now, on the community tab, I would like to let you know that there you can find an RPE chart, a rating of perceived exertion chart. It's a subjective 0 through 10 scale, and it is advised for the demographic of this channel to please work out between 3 and 6 on this RPE chart. Also, you're going to find there a really great article I found about the front delt exercise, the front delt raise, on webmd.com, and a great female, it's a great image of a female executing the exercise where you can see the muscles activated, highlighted in red. Also, look on the channel, please, for a warm up and cool down video. And it's one video, you can interchange the movements, but it is advised for those of us who are 55 years and above to warm up for a full 10 minutes prior to any workout. Now, how we're going to handle today will be this. So we're going to execute one set of 15 repetitions. Now, when you're working out fully on your own, you can do a set. A set is a group of repetitions, and I would advise you to work out between 8 to 15 repetitions. But here on Have It Your Way workouts, we make sure we get 15 because we're presenting the exercise 3 ways. The first 5 repetitions will be without the resistance. So, but it's important to understand that you must apply a sense of your own resistance. Otherwise, you're just swinging with momentum, and we want to be really conscientious and careful about our movements because we want them to be effective for us as well. And then the second 5 repetitions will be with the monster cord with the attached handles. And then the final a third approach will be 5 repetitions using your dumbbells or your free weights. So we're going to begin here in what we call an athletic ready stance. So I'm going to look down, making sure that my toes are in the same line as each other. Now I'm placing my hands on my high pelvic bone to the inside of the pelvic bone. Point your hands straight down, not in toward each other, please. And then from here, I line up the ankles to the knees to the inside of the pelvic bone. I'm going to turn to the side, show you something. A lot of people will stand like this, where they're tipping their pelvis forward. It's called an anterior pelvic tilt. We don't want to do that. We want to actually come into this kind of subtle posterior pelvic tilt, also known as a pelvic tuck. Be careful, avoid going so deep into it where it takes you into like a standing abdominal crunch. So that's your athletic ready stance, facing you for the moment. And I'm going to bring the arms straight up. Now, the palms are facing each other, a narrow grip. Pause at the peak of the contraction. The breath is in and out through the nose. And you exhale on the effort. That would be lifting the arms. You inhale as you lower. Let's go for one more pause and slowly lower. Now I'm going to grab my monster cord and I'm just going to give her a little adjustment here. Now, whenever you work with a cord, what I'm going to do here is place it so that it's flat. Sometimes they can roll up on you. And then you place it underneath the arches of the shoes. Now, I'm going to stand with my feet close together for this because I'm a little weaker in this area. So you just always want to work at an appropriate sense of muscular discomfort for you. All right, whatever that means. So for me, that means I have to bring my feet together for this. So I bring the arms up and slowly down. Exhale up and down. And you might hear some of that little clicking. That's just a little bit of movement inside the handles from the monster cord. Making sure you're not swinging. And here, folks, man, right here, lots of core work. Let's go for one extra repetition here. Pause and control it down. Now I'm going to switch off to the weights. I do want to advise you, particularly the demographic of this channel, do not work out at your maximum weight when it comes to your deltoid muscles. Because if you have pre-existing rotator cuff muscle issues, you can aggravate that through too heavy of a weight for the deltoids. One more. Wow, lots of core here. Pause and then slowly lower. Keep that chest up, no collapsing. So that's what we have for you here today, folks, on Have It Your Way workouts at Boomer and Beyond Wellness. So please, folks, if you find any value to the content here, please consider subscribing. Perhaps give it a kind comment, share it with others, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be reminded of new content. And also to let you know that on site, which means I go to your home or your office, in the Fort Lauderdale area of Florida, I am a licensed massage therapist, and I do deep tissue as well as Swedish massage, but I also have a specialty in geriatric massage, and I do work palliative care massage. And if you'd like to work with me privately for personal training as a senior fitness consultant, I work virtually, and my sessions are either 60 minutes or 10 minutes because I do the Have It Your Way workouts as well. And I'm also available for virtually via for hatha yoga and prenatal yoga. So until next time, eat your greens, eat your beans, drink your water, and be well. Thanks so much.